We tackled the impossible. We were going to have 4 stars of our movie who were real people. We weren't going to have, I guess, your typical, there are a lot of great child actors in Hollywood, but we weren't going to have your typical child Hollywood actors. So we brought on Pippa Hall, who's a casting director, 2 years before we shot the movie, to start looking for these kids. And so what Pippa would do is she would take her camcorder into schools and just sit down with kids and interview them. Andrew and Pippa and I would watch these tapes, and we'd hear Pippa just talk to them about who they are. We wanted to see who they were inside first before we would call them back to see if they could act or read a scene. And she found out who was actually the right kid for the part, who actually, had something inside that would translate to the character.
It's just us. Small favors.
Come on, good girl. Come on.
We found a location in Auckland where the children could drive up with their housekeeper, but it was the wrong house on the hill. We built the exterior of the house from photographs of houses in England of the right type. So we built it in a computer using elements of this house and that house.
And as such, there are a few rules we need to follow.
Professor's house, lovely old manor house, I thought, maybe 500 years old, which over the years had been added to and changed. So you get this magic house where anything could happen because it's got so much history and there are so many nooks and crannies. And for children coming from suburban London, small house, this was going to be a place where anything might happen, as in fact it does.
Working with children, you have to have it ready that wherever she or he delivers the line, you're going to have be lit in an appropriate way.
Sheets feel scratchy.
Precise lighting you might use on an adult drama is something I can't use on a kids' film because I'm just going to lose too much of the wonderful performances. And, nearly every line in this film that you see is one of maybe 10, 20 takes where the kids are given the freedom to do what they like, to play around, and the actual shot in the film might be where they're just fooling about, doing the lines. So you have to have it lit so that almost no matter where they go, you're going to get a usable shot.
Come on, Peter. Gastrovascular.
Well, is it Latin?
Yes.
Definitely one of the editorial challenges was to take these 4, they were all fabulous actors, but just trying to take the good bits from each of them without losing stuff from the other kids, It's just in any scene with 4 great actors, there's times you can't show all 4 of them, and just going through the footage and finding the way to best reflect their great stuff without losing the great stuff that they were giving us.
8, 9, 10, 11.
I think Andrew's skill with the actors was really in providing the guidance and enthusiasm to have a young person to sustain their interest over 12 months, day in and day out, is a great challenge for a director. You must maintain their interest and you must be inspirational. Otherwise, it's just going to get boring and dry and dull, and they're just going to come out and read the lines, and it's a disaster. I've actually seen that happen.
You're not a handsome mystery.